my bad.
Yeah. Right. Ready?
Go.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, so welcome to Big Red Demon podcast number 2. I'm Russell, and we're here with Matt
Hello.
and Andy.
Hello.
So, as you can see on the screen, we've got a few topics we're going to be chatting about. So, to start off with, we're going to be talking about what we've been playing, and Andy, you kick us off. So, what have you been playing?
I haven't been playing that much. I'm playing Dota, but Dota still. That's really addicting.
Yeah.
Like, you have good games, and you kind of want to keep going, because you think, your form's going to continue into the next game. Doesn't work like that.
Yeah. I think that happens a lot.
Does not work like that at all.
Yeah. But I think the thing is, then MOBAs are really addictive. That's why they're so popular.
Yeah. There's so many characters to choose from as well.
Yeah.
I'm trying to not choose the same character twice.
Yeah, I think
Just get more variety.
that's the problem I always have. I always play with one character that I like, and then as soon as I've found that one character, I'll just play that character. And I'm really bad for not experimenting.
Yeah. I've also been playing Die Hard for my Retro Monday.
Oh,
I didn't have
Man, that game looks really fun.
It is.
I really want to play that.
So
It
fun.
does. It's even
It's
it's even more fun with the special effects sounds that we get from Andy.
Yeah.
Well, I do what I can. It's ridiculously hard though. I'm pretty sure it's like unbeatable.
I don't know. It's just old school. It's just back in the arcade style games where you had to, as I was saying the other day when we were talking about this, like you have to play that game enough to get good at the game. You can't just be good at games like that. You have to play that specific game a lot.
Over and over.
Which is where hardcore gamers used to do. They'd get good at their game.
Yeah, the thing is, the way it works though is once you clear the level of enemies, you have to rush to the elevator where the bomb is. to
Yeah.
defuse. And I'm pretty sure that's kind of random wherever the bomb is. Because
Okay.
there's elevators around the map. So yeah, there's one thing about knowing where the hostages are and where the enemies are, or where they spawn. But there's not really any chance you can be prepared for where the bomb's going to be.
Whether it's a case of though, like you play it enough, you start to learn patterns.
Yeah. Well, maybe.
I
But
don't know.
I'm not that
Well,
far
that
into
was PS1 though, right? So that's pretty old. That's got to be what 10, 15 years old.
on the rest.
Way longer than 10.
Yeah. I was gonna say.
I was just thinking, like, wait, that
16, 17. God, that's long.
that's what. So I mean, for that to still be fun now.
1996.
Well, the game came out.
Yes.
So that's like
17 years. 16
Jesus.
years now.
So like that's quite a triumph for that kind of game to still be fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like the graphics are rubbish, obviously.
No, they're amazing.
No, but
For the
obviously
time
they're
period
good
that it
stuff.
was, it was
I
good.
just think they're good though now. That's the thing.
That just goes to show like how graphics don't make everything. Like if the
Game-
the core gameplay is fine,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
it's perfect.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I want to play it though. So yeah. So Matt, what have you been playing? Anything? in particular?
Well, I ran through Aliens Colonial Marines.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The gameplay was fun, but the story just ruined the entire thing for me. It was just far too linear, to be honest. There wasn't much scope, and I could tell what was going to happen long before it actually happened.
Yeah. I mean, that ending was a bit out there. Like I kind of
F with the spoilers here.
Yeah. No spoilers.
No,
But
no, yeah, alright, the ending was good, but the build-up to the ending was terrible. The last boss was god-awful.
Yeah, but that's what I've heard from a lot of different like reviews and things and
Yeah.
other podcasts. Is that the AI in the game was just awful. Like, but your friend, your buddy AI, and even the aliens were kind of a bit.
Well, the AI on your side wasn't that bad, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, the aliens were a bit predictive, to be honest. Especially, like, I'm going to go back to that last boss because there was only 2 bosses, I think, in the entire game.
Yeah.
And that last one, I could make it go wherever I wanted, and that just made it far too easy at the end.
Yeah. So that's the other thing. It's quite a short game, wasn't it? I've
Yeah,
heard.
5.5 hours, I think.
You could probably speed run it, in like 3 to 4 hours. Once you've done it, you could probably bang it out again dead quick.
Probably could, but I wouldn't recommend playing that one again.
No. But that was a studio hopper, essentially, wasn't it?
Yeah, it kept getting given to other people.
And then it was Gearbox that did the bulk of the work on it, I think.
Yeah, they did.
Borderlands and things. So it's for such a big studio like them to drop the ball on a game like this is quite a surprise. Because I think because obviously it's kind of flopped. It's been, oh, that studio made it. No, we didn't make it. That studio made it, and no one wants to take credit for the game because it was so bad.
Well, it's been in production since 2006, so that's 7 years.
7. Any game that I think any game.
7 years. It was announced on December 15th, 2006. Gearbox said that they're working on it.
So any game that I think passes like a 5-year threshold is probably in trouble.
Yeah.
Because The Last of Us has probably been I reckon that's got to have been about 4 years. Because they'd have been working on that kind of during Uncharted 3, like someone would have been. But that's going to be good.
You'd be wrong. 2011. End of 2011. It's
where?
Yeah, November 29th, 2011, they announced the development of it.
But they've probably been making it since before then, that's what I'm saying. They announce it, but they probably had been concepting for a bit. But yeah, I mean, even then, it's probably not that long.
No, it's not.
Quite nice. Which is probably why they delayed it recently, actually. To kind of...
It's got a crap load of awards.
Yeah, and it's not even
already.
Yeah, it's got a best of E3 on a lot of things. It's like best PS3 game, best Sony exclusive, best PS3 exclusive, best of E3.
But they win a lot of Game of Show awards where they come and they show the game off before it's come out, and then they can win awards that way because it's almost like most anticipated game or kind of biggest technological breakthrough if they're showing stuff that they've managed to do that no one else has done and stuff like that.
Yeah. Back on Aliens, you did mention that it was using the old engine, didn't you? The old last gen engine.
Yeah, well, it's just it was just a very backdated engine. Looks of it there wasn't particularly anything on it that was that. It wasn't that it was using anything current gen either. It seemed like a 6 years ago kind of shooter. When you compare that to something like Black Ops 2 or even like Battlefield, it was so just old, that I think, but that goes back on it's been in development for 7 years.
Yeah.
And if they haven't kept up with the way things are changing, then obviously it's stuck 7 years ago, which makes sense, but that's a problem. Especially in the world of first-person shooters, which is so competitive.
Yeah. What else have I been on? Tomb Raider as well. Started playing that yesterday, and so far it's actually really good.
Don't ruin it.
I've
ordered it.
I'm not going to ruin it. But
I have ordered it.
It is amazing. I haven't played much. I've played about an hour and a half, I think. Done about 7%.
Apparently it is amazing.
It is. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, what I played last year at Eurogamer that was pretty fun. But I've been watching a bit on Twitch. I've been trying not to watch too much because I don't want to spoil it for myself. But I mean, it does look really fun in the sense that it looks really well done. I saw the bit you were playing yesterday, Matt, where this isn't much of a spoiler, where she's just got shipwrecked. She's on the island. And she's freezing cold, and she's actually shivering. She's cold. She's wet. She's all kind of, and you really feel sorry for her.
Yeah, you do.
And in some other games, you'd be like, oh, okay, whatever, just get on with it.
Yeah,
but
just get the fuck up.
It's really immersive.
It is. It's just so much fun to play.
The one thing I have got that did make me laugh is the climbing on it. To say she's just become a shipwrecked adventurer, she's pretty.
She's very agile, yeah.
Like it's almost like, oh, I can't do this, and then
and then she just jumps a massive gap.
Exactly, it cuts the gameplay, and she just starts like jumping up something like it's nothing, and it's. I mean, in Uncharted and stuff, you can get away with that because he's a badass like from the start. But if she's supposed to be this kind of fragile girl that she's obviously like done like 10 years of free running and parkour before, because like she's amazing at it. But I guess it'd be kind of annoying if she kept slipping off stuff, and it'd get a bit annoying.
She does slip a couple of times.
Yeah,
like,
I guess.
Just after you stop watching, I think. You know the bit in the trailer where she's climbing up the plane.
Yeah.
Just after that, you've got to jump to follow one of her friends or something, and she falls down this massive gap, and I really don't understand how she didn't die.
Yeah, exactly. But hey, so I've been playing a couple of games. Wizardry Online, you've probably seen me on quite a lot.
Yeah.
That is hands down the best RPG MMO I've ever played.
Bold move.
Really?
Bold move.
Especially
that you've ever played.
That I've ever played. I'm not saying it's ever been out because I've.
What have you played then to put in comparison?
Well, I've played like all the free ones on Steam, so like EverQuest. I can't remember the names of them. Let me have a quick look. So I played the EverQuest one. I've played the. I think I ended up deleting half of them. I'm not going to lie, so I can't remember. But the problem I have with them is that their combat systems are all exactly the same.
Yeah.
So like it was very like World of Warcraft. So you'd kind of run to an area, you click on an enemy, and then they just start attacking, or you cast a spell, and then that auto attacks and things like that. And it was very much run to this village, kill this like goblin, kill this beetle, come back here, do this, do that, and it was Champions of Regnan. That's one I started playing the other week on the podcast. That game is just boring. Like it's so boring.
Not even heard of it.
But this is just a free to play that popped up on Steam. So I was like, I'll give it a go. But this Wizardry is like it's just like Dark Souls but online, and it's really the combat system. It's kind of a lot more hands-on action. So you click left shift to block, but then you have to balance how much you block with how much you attack, because blocking like lowers your guard a lot. So if you keep blocking, eventually you'll get your guard broken and you'll get like completely like wailed on, and it's really hardcore. So if you make too many mistakes, you're dead essentially.
Sounds good.
But the way it works as well is it's kind of you then become a soul, like hovering above your body, and you're in this like other realm. And while you're in soul form, your dead body's just on the floor, and other players can come and raid your things off your body.
That's quite cool.
What you have to do is run it as your soul, like back to the last checkpoint. If you get to that checkpoint, then you can revive your body. But on the way back, as you're running back to the checkpoint, there's these things called walkers, which are like essentially Grim Reapers with like a big scythe in the hole.
Walkers?
They're called walkers, yeah. And they, if they grab you, you get teleported back to your dead body, and then have to try and get back to the checkpoint again. So you can be kind of at your dead body like, right, shit, I need to get back, and you're like hauling ass back to the checkpoint. This walker steps out of nowhere and grabs you, and then you get teleported back. While these players are like nicking your sword, nicking your helmet, nicking your gems, like they're nicking everything, and you've got to go back. And then when you actually get back to the checkpoint, you have like a revival thing, where you have a percentage chance of actually reviving, and if you fail that. So say if it's 95% chance and you end up unlucky enough to not actually revive, you get turned to ash. Then it happens again, so you're ash, you have to try and revive again. And if that fails, your character gets wiped. And that's it, your character's like properly dead. And that's it, you can't ever play that character again, it's just gone. So,
permadeath then, pretty much.
So you do get an extra chance. You can like use your in-game items and gold to try and like increase your chance of revival. So you can make it 100% chance of revival, but it's going to cost you. Well, I just think that's such a unique way of doing it.
It is. It's quite good.
Which makes me really want to play this game. You know, it's not your standard. Oh, I'm going to respawn in town and lose a bit of experience or something. You know, you really have to gamble. Like, do I want to make sure I'm going to survive, or do I risk it and risk losing my character? So I think if anyone who enjoys MMOs, it's free to play as well. You can get it off the website, off the like kind of Wizardry Online website, or through Steam. But it's definitely worth checking out. It's loads of fun as well. So, and it's PvP everywhere. So even in town, when there's like hundreds of players running around, you can just get attacked by anybody. But by doing that, yeah, but by doing that, you become a criminal, and there's NPCs called guards, and they will come and they'll fuck you up basically. And put you... But I mean, I could spend all day talking about this game, but I think people just need to get on it, and especially if people like Dark Souls, because it's just so much fun.
That does explain why you like it so much.
Yeah, yeah. And then the other thing I've been playing, actually I only started it last night, but it's on PlayStation Plus at the minute, and that's God of War HD.
Oh, God of War is brilliant. I love that game.
I never really liked it.
God of War HD.
It's basically...
It's just
a collection of games.
No, it's the PS2 one, just turned HD.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's what I've got. I've got the God of War
HD collection.
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
I've never played it.
It's amazing. You've got to play it.
Yeah.
So I basically like played the demo like years ago, and I didn't like it. I was like, just button mashing.
You're missing out, man.
Button mashing rubbish. I'm not really into this. But then, since then, I have got into them games. So I played like Darksiders and things like that.
Oh, I didn't like Darksiders.
See, I really liked Darksiders. I completed that. Like that was really fun. So I was like, right, I'm going to give God of War a go. And swear to God, if I wasn't so tired, I would have sat up and finished it last night. Like I think I'm 5 hours in now, and I've probably nearly finished it.
Really?
Yeah, but that game is really fun. Like I already want to go back, play it again, and start getting all the trophies and try and platinum it.
Well, if you like God of War now, I'd recommend Dante's Inferno.
Yeah, see, that was another one. I played it. I love this idea. Like this concept to me is really cool, but just don't like gameplay. But now.
It's amazing. If you like God of War now, Dante's Inferno is just an upgrade on it. It's amazing.
Yeah, I played Dante's Inferno, and I do love that game.
Yeah, then you'll want to play God of War. You will like God of War, yeah.
Okay.
God of War. I mean, I'm a massive fan of the Prince of Persia games as well.
I used to. I played Sands of Time, and then what was the next one? The Two Thrones or whatever.
It was Sands of Time.
Yeah.
Warrior Within.
That's the one. I played them too, and then I just sort of got bored with it. It's just the same again and again.
The Warrior Within. They are very different. Warrior Within is very different to Sands of Time.
Yeah, but I just didn't really like it, so I sort of fell out with it.
That's one of the best soundtracks to a game ever. Like Godsmack, I Stand Alone. Like it's such a boss tune. It's just amazing, and then they've got that to the soundtrack of the game, and it's just incredible. But yeah, so basically Prince of Persia has got like kind of Phil agrees. It's got basic kind of puzzles and things, but God of War puzzles really remind me of the Prince of Persia style puzzles. So you'll get to a room and there'll be a door you can't get through, and then you have to go left, and you have to go through all these puzzles to the left and find something,
and
then you have to go back to the door, and then you have to go all the way down the right, do a load of puzzles, and use that item that opens the door and stuff. So you actually like have one area, but then you have to go all these different directions before you can progress, and it's really nice. Like
it is really fun.
It's a really fun game. Like. I mean, it was massive, obviously, when it first came out. Everyone, this is amazing. It's just fantastic.
It's because it was so brutal. That's why.
I completely overlooked it. Like I was just like, nah, it's not for me. But yeah, like it's pretty brutal. Like
that's why people loved it. It's because you think back, there's not many games that brutal, really.
Yeah,
That were around that time. It was relatively new to itself.
Because they can get away with it because it's killing monsters and things.
Yeah, exactly.
Really?
It's when you get to killing humans, then.
Yeah. Because I played Ascension, the new one, at Eurogamer, like single player, and that looks fantastic. Like HD is just insane. Like it looks phenomenal, and that is like. It's not so much the actual gore itself, so like the on-screen blood and things, but it's what Kratos does that's disgusting.
Yeah, he is a bit of a disturbed person. I'll put it that way. But don't say too much. Andy's not played it, so.
Yeah, I won't say yeah, but it's definitely worth playing. Like if you find yourself, Andy, like with literally an afternoon with nothing to do, like sit down and just play the whole game. You'll probably do it in 5 hours, 6 hours. There's a trophy to complete it in less than 5 hours, so I'm going to go back and try and do that. Because I swear, I've got a feeling building up towards the end of the game now, and I'm 4.5 hours in.
Right.
And this is with several times I've been fucking where to go, so I could probably speedrun it in less than 5 hours. But yeah, that's what I've been playing. So quite a lot of Wizardry Online, and then last night I got on that. So next on the topic list is
gaming news.
So I've got a few bullet points. I guess we can talk about. The most exciting thing that come out in the news this week, I think, is the new Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah.
Which Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. What do you think?
Pirates and boats, what could be wrong, really?
Exactly. Well, they kind of
everything.
See, so Andy, you're quite against this.
I am. Is it progressively getting like the time scale of it? Is it progressively going along?
Well, no.
It started like this is what I don't understand.
This is the problem that I've got with this. Is the only thing so far that I have a problem with.
Right.
With this one. Phil says could be amazing. ... won't be. But yeah, like the problem I've got is that this one hasn't continued. It's gone backwards.
That's where it's
obviously
not necessarily. Wasn't the third one the American Civil War?
The American Revolution.
Yeah, the British v the Americans. Yeah.
The Revolution. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, technically, pirates were still around.
No, okay, but right. So you had the first one, which was set in the Crusades.
Yes.
Medieval. That's obviously really old.
Yeah.
It's the second one was set in the Renaissance. This one was set in the
We've got
Revolution.
A point from.
So yeah,
Phil.
this is what I was about to say. And at the start of Assassin's Creed 3, you play as Haytham, which is essentially Connor's dad.
Okay.
Right. You have to keep up with this. And Connor's the assassin in Assassin's Creed 3, but you start off playing as his dad, basically. And then this new one, you're going to play as Haytham's dad. So it's set slightly before Assassin's Creed 3. It might overtake what happened in Assassin's Creed 3, and it might obviously go through the American Revolution somehow, and like obviously not be in the American Revolution, but go
the same time frame.
Because you might not play as that character the entire game, we don't know. But essentially it's set before Assassin's Creed 3, which I think is a bad move. Like, to me it would make more sense to keep getting more and more modern, because the way I always imagined it would work
is it would catch up to
Desmond, and then the final Assassin's Creed game would be a Desmond only game where you finally take down the Templars, like by Assassin's Creed 17 or something. But that makes sense. Like, and
that does make.
It seems now like they've just gone right. What would be cool? Pirates. How these in? And it's like it's almost like they're making games without any
thought.
Continuation thought. Like they're just making games.
So is there an ongoing story throughout all the Assassin's Creed? Because obviously you play as different assassins and different characters, but do they kind of interlink?
So what's Phil put? Okay, Phil says it has to be done before 3 because they only have the memories up until they have a child. Yeah, so this is the point, is that a quick rundown of Assassin's Creed is you play as Desmond in the future, or in current day. I think it's slightly in the future. And you're accessing the memories of your ancestors.
Yeah.
And then basically, through the memories of the ancestors, is how the games you play, and you have to try and work out what the Templars, who are the bad guys, their world domination plans and stuff. Like, it's a very, very deep game, but we haven't got time to explain it all. Well, I don't even understand it all. So. But,
maybe we can do a review at some point.
Yeah. But basically, once one of them assassins has a child, that child then has all of that previous assassin's memories as well, which is how they can access back in time to whenever.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I still haven't finished Assassin's Creed 3, so I don't know how it finishes. But that game is such a grind. Like, I mean, I know I moaned about it last time, so I'm not going to again. But I am going to get around to finishing that.
Eventually.
That might be like, over Easter. I might just sit
in a few months.
Exactly. But I think it looks fun. Like the only thing that keeps me excited about it over anything is that it's going to be next gen, I imagine, because it's actually out this year as well.
Really? That's well quick.
1st of November this year it's going to be out.
When did the third one come out?
Last November or October.
It's like exactly a year, but it's a different studio. They've done like
it's a Call of Duty thing.
Exactly, they've done a Treyarch, Infinity Ward Sledgehammer type thing where they've been making this for probably 3 years, because they must have been discussing the story with the Assassin's Creed 3 guys because of the link with Haytham. So, but the next gen, it might introduce a lot of features next gen that make it really cool. It's going to have really nice graphics. Like the release trailer for it that has come out recently with Blackbeard talking about this assassin. Like, it's obviously not real time, it's CG, but it looks incredible. Like, I couldn't help but stare at Blackbeard's manky teeth while I was looking at it. He's got really manky, rotten teeth, but they look so good. I was kind of staring at his teeth like, oh my god. And his eyes and things, so it's going to look good, I think. Other new games I only saw this today actually, that there's going to be a new Thief game.
Yeah.
I don't know if either of you two ever played Thief.
Nope.
I haven't, no, but I did notice.
Have you
the
played
new Thief game coming out?
See, I've never played it, but I've never heard a bad thing about it because it's old school stealth. So I mean, it's one of them ones that I want to come on Steam sale and cheap, because I don't really want to go and pay a lot of money for an old game. But that's why I was quite excited that this one could be pretty good, because I think it's what's it called? Dishonored took quite a lot of influence from it with its first-person stealth type aspect, so that could be quite good. Forward to that. So I mean, I don't know if you two any gaming news you've heard.
Andy pointed out that Dead Space has been cancelled.
Oh yeah, that's something you mentioned. I've not read into it.
Yeah, I've not read much into it, but from what I can tell, the kind of horror aspect that kind of the first 1 and 2 were kind of known, it's completely gone in the third.
Yeah.
It's still on my list of things to play. So
that was kind of a given. As soon as they said that it's going to be co-op, I think a lot of people lost interest in it.
But I didn't know this. In the first and second one, you haven't actually got weapons. What you have is tools.
You got a blowtorch in one of them.
They're not actually weapons. I didn't think about that. When I played half of the first one, it didn't actually register that they're not actually weapons. I think because the third one, you're using machine guns. So it feels a lot different, and it feels not like Dead Space. And I think that's what people have said.
In the first one, your main weapon, your pistol, is essentially a laser cutter, which the engineers use. Because he's
an engineer, isn't he?
Engineer, isn't he? So
yeah.
Hold on, there's been an update to this article. I'm on it now. It says EA has responded to IGN stating the claims here are flat out not true, and it's business as usual as Visceral.
Oh dear.
So
these rumours are patently false. While we have not released sales data for Dead Space 3, we are proud of this game and it continues to be an important IP to EA, so
Mm.
It appears that it's unwanted press now.
So, but I mean that's got to damage them somewhat, right? Like,
If everyone's thinking that
exactly.
that it didn't sell enough. It says here in the article as well, the source also claims that Dead Space 3 was almost cancelled mid-development, but the pre-orders for it massively... It says here the pre-orders of the game were more than the sales of Dead Space 2.
Wow. So
Really?
you can't, so there we go.
It says pre-orders were outpacing those for Dead Space 2 in January earnings.
So that's almost like their saving grace is that Dead Space itself is a massive brand.
Yeah.
And it's the same as Assassin's Creed 3. Like, that kind of didn't do as well as they thought, but it still sold like 12.5 million copies. But just because it was an Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah.
And it's the same with this. Like, Dead Space 3 might not have been amazing, but because it was a Dead Space game, people liked it. People still got it.
Yeah.
So I've played half of 1 and all of 2.
I've played half of 1 and none of the rest, but they're on my list to play. So
yeah, I played half of 1, and I'm probably about halfway through, and I've not died yet. I've still not died, so I kind of need to be in the mood to play it because I desperately want to finish it without dying.
You'll do well.
Yeah, but it is to me. It's never been scary to me. It's been jumpy.
Yeah.
Like if you,
I guess it depends how you play it. You play it in the dark.
Yeah.
And loud.
You have to play it in the dark.
Yeah.
Don't you? You have to. Which is like Amnesia and Penumbra. Like to me, they're scary games because they make me scared. They make me not want to look around the corner and think that. Whereas Dead Space, I mean, I get a bit tense.
Yeah, but once you've kind of have one jump,
exactly,
it kind of get a bit repetitive.
Once you fought your 60th necromorph, you kind of like, okay, this has just turned into an action shooter now. Like with the second one, some of the enemies, I mean, it's some of the scariest enemies I've ever seen. Like in the way that they behave, like the AI in it's really good, I think. Like, but not so much how clever the AI is, but how kind of freaky and how well thought out the AI are.
We've got some information here on Lost Planet 3.
So that's what I was just looking at. I mean, have you ever played Lost Planet?
I've played the first one.
I played the second one.
Lost Planet.
The first one didn't really impress me, so I didn't bother.
It's just have you ever seen Starship Troopers?
A little bit.
Yeah.
It's essentially like a bit like that, where you're like a soldier. I mean, I've not really played much of it, but you're a bit of a soldier fighting massive alien bug things. That's the gist I got when I very briefly played it. But it's one of them games that it's the environment and the setting that are really nice.
Yeah.
Like Lost Planet 2 was set on like an ice planet, a bit like Dead Space, like an ice planet type thing, with like these really cool monsters. And I think the multiplayer was quite fun on that. Like I never played it, but I know it got quite good.
Yeah. Well, we've been given a release date for Lost Planet 3, and that's June 25th and June 28th.
So that's going to be current gen, obviously.
Yes, and it's a prequel, despite it being called Lost Planet 3.
Yeah.
That's wound up, Andy. Go on, Andy, rant.
I just don't like it when... Why? Why go back?
I don't know. They should start at the beginning, to be fair.
Yes. Start at the beginning and then work their way through.
There's nothing wrong with going back.
There is.
If they've got if the story is legit,
things.
no, if the story's a legit story, then granted,
okay,
that's
right.
fine.
Okay, so hear me out. If you plan to make 2 games, say, right, and you make a first game and it's really popular, and a second game and it's really popular, and then but by the end of that second game you finished your story, you couldn't possibly continue it for some reason.
Yet people want to find out about it.
And then people were like, oh, we really want another one, and you were like, not making it because it's going to make you a lot of money, but because it's a game and a story you were passionate about.
And the fans want it.
Would you not then think a prequel would be amazing then? A bit of backstory.
A lot of the time, people want to play the backstory. They play a game, they wonder, ooh, that's interesting.
Exactly.
I want to go back and I want to see how they got there.
And I'm just thinking of the obviously the Halo franchise.
Oh, see, I've never.
That got 1, 2, and 3, and then it has Halo Reach, which happens before 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
that worked out quite well because that's based on the books. Kind of.
That's fan fiction, though, isn't it? So that's a
Wasn't Reach more of a spin-off than a? Was it a full game? Like,
Full game.
Yeah. See, I didn't,
Halo 3
ODST was
ODST.
more of the spin-off, really.
Yeah.
see, I didn't have an Xbox, so I'm not obviously too up with what is and isn't with Halo. But
The way Halo did it with Reach worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
because what was the other one? ODST. What was that?
That
was
was
the
more of a
first
spin-off, really.
Yeah.
That wasn't a first-person shooter, though, was it?
Yeah, it
Or
was. No, you're thinking of Halo Wars. That was the strategy one.
There was, yeah. I know there was one they made that wasn't first-person, but
Yeah.
that kind of flopped, right?
It was actually quite good. I liked that.
Did you?
I spammed the crap out of that demo. That demo, I absolutely spammed the crap out of it and loved it, but never actually got on to getting the proper game.
Yeah.
Mm.
But
Okay.
it was amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely
So
amazing.
Here's
Another-
something. Do you know that when I was playing Tomb Raider and we were getting that, effectively the textures started melting?
the graphic glitch. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Crystal Dynamics are apparently looking into it. Cause
Oh, it's happened to
it's
more
happened to
people.
more than just me. It's a lot of people are having these issues.
You'll have to send in your graphic card specs. It might be
Yeah.
a card thing, like a certain model.
And Army of Two, the Devil's Cartel demo is coming.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
I mean, like me and Phil played the crap out of. Well, I say played the crap out, and we played them. but
I played the first one and I wasn't impressed at all. I didn't
I
like
mean,
the
we
gameplay.
played the first two, and I mean, it was good for me and Phil. Just enjoy a good co-op game.
Yeah.
Anything we can play co-op, we'll play it, and it was all right. Like, it was quite good fun. But then one came out. It wasn't the Devil's Cartel. I don't think it was.
Well, this
it
is
was,
the new one that's coming out. It's
Yeah, there was the last.
The Last of
Oh
Us.
no, I'm thinking of something else.
Last
I'm-
Stand. No, it's Army of Two, The Last Stand, I'm sure.
Yeah, sorry, I'm on a completely different train of thought of that different game. A different co-op game. But yeah, the Devil's Cartel, it's changed some, hasn't it? There's like more characters, and it's not necessarily Salem and the other one.
Players 2 new operatives, Alpha and Bravo.
Is that what they called them?
That's what it says here. It says you will play as two new Tactical Worldwide Operations operatives, Alpha and Bravo.
Get the fuck out. Like,
The game's
how-
campaign is set in Mexico during a drug war and features split screen and co-op online.
How can someone get paid to think of, we need two character names, we're going to call them fucking Alpha and Bravo? Like Salem and Rio, they're kind of cool names. Like, they've got a bit of personality then. But I'm not willing to play a game where playing as Bravo, like, just emotionless, like, hunk of flesh. Like, do you know what I mean? It's just like, if they want any game, you have to name your characters for people to like the characters. But if you're just going to call them Alpha and Bravo, it's like, how much more generic do you want to make it?
It sounds quite creative to me.
Like fucking Charlie and Delta, that would have been a bit. Phil's put Fear 3 question mark, haha. So you played a bit of Fear 3, didn't you, Andy?
Only a little bit.
No, again, it's another one of them co-op games. It's fun for co-op. You bang it out, you finish it, you trade it in. You know, you don't kind of fret over it too much, but it's good fun. Trying to stay on topic with news. Company of Heroes 2 release date's been confirmed. I mean, me and Phil are big Company of Heroes fans. This was a bit up in the air at one point because obviously THQ went under. So essentially, Relic, who make it, were publisherless, which is obviously quite a big hit for a game that's just coming out. But I played a bit of Company of Heroes 2 at Eurogamer, and it's really good. So anyone who loves RTS games should definitely get a pre-order in for this because it's fantastic. Like, it's set on the Russian front, so the cold Arctic side of World War II. It's just really nice, really good fun.
Well, talking of money making in terms of sequels, there's a continuation of Far Cry 3, and it's going to continue the story. It's called Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, but it's going to be Xbox Live Arcade.
So it's a standalone, not an expansion.
Yeah, and that's just money making, really.
But I said that's just a money maker, surely. Like, Fear 3's been pretty good this year, like pretty popular and stuff. But
Far Cry 3, not Fear 3.
Far Cry 3, sorry, yeah. So like, definitely need to. I mean, that sounds more like a DLC to me. Because, I don't know. I mean, how much are they going to charge for that? If they charge full retail price, like 45, 50
I've
quid.
seen some live arcade games going at like 2,400 Microsoft points, and that's just ridiculous.
How much is that in British pounds?
15 quid, I think.
15 quid. Yeah. And then I think the last piece of news I really kind of noticed was a console piece of news. Ubisoft executive wants the Wii U to get their price cut. Basically saying, I don't know why she's coming from a Ubisoft exec, because it's not Ubisoft, it's obviously Nintendo.
Yeah.
But I think they're saying that Ubisoft they've spent time developing games, but no one's buying the console. And I think that's because the console is crappy. Like, I don't know. I mean, I've not played on one, so I'm not really in a position to judge. But everything I've seen and heard about it, it's kind of it's a step behind the times. So when the Wii came out, that was kind of revolutionary with its motion and stuff,
Yeah.
and then Microsoft and Sony had to catch up with Kinect and Move. But this time, they seem like they're a step behind. So I don't know. Have either of you two played on one? Have you?
No, I haven't.
Would you play on one?
The Wii U?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what. If you walked into, so say you walked into a shop, I was going to say like HMV, but no, not anymore. Say you walked into a game or a media shop, and you know how they have ones on display.
You can play on them, have a demo.
You had a PS Vita next to a Wii U. I mean, I know I'd go straight for the Vita. Like,
personally, I probably would go play the Wii U. But
would you? Yeah.
Well, I've already played the Vita, and I wasn't impressed really.
Yeah. Oh, see, I still really want one. I still really want one. But yeah, I mean, apart from that, I think the Wii U it's come out at a really bad time where it's kind of this is stuck as a current generation console, I'd say. And now this year we're also going to get probably two new next generation consoles. So it's just stuck in the
provided
shadows.
Sony don't delay, as always.
Yeah.
Are any of you two a fan of Deus Ex?
It depends.
Because Square Enix have trademarked the name Deus Ex The Fall and Deus Ex Human Defiance.
So you say Deus Ex?
Yeah.
What do you say, Andy?
DSX.
Yeah, I say Deus Ex.
Yeah, Deus Ex.
It's Deus
Really?
Ex. I actually researched this, and
Did
it's
you?
Deus Ex.
Ah,
Yeah.
My bad.
Because the word is Deus.
Deus,
Like,
Well, I've never really played it, but I've just noticed it now.
got a pretty funny about Deus Ex actually. It's years ago. Yeah, here we go. Deus Latin. There we go. Patch just saved us on that one. Years ago, we went to Blockbuster and we were going to rent a PS2 game or whatever, and it was me, Phil, and my mum. And my mum was getting the game for us, and we were like, okay, we'll get this Deus Ex. Like, it looks pretty fun. And then Mum went up to the counter. I can't remember which way around, but I'm pretty sure the woman behind the counter said, "Oh, so it's just this one game, Deus Ex," she said. And Mum looked up and went, "What? Like, what am I hiring for the boys?" Because she thought she said Deus Ex.
Yeah.
She's like, Deus Ex? And she was like, what? Like, yeah, that one.
Mum storm off and like,
it was just
no,
funny.
no, they're not having that.
Because then when she read it, DEUS, like, she was like, oh, okay, right, that makes sense. But it's just, I'll always stick with it. Like, oh, Deus Ex. Like, what are you on about?
Deus Ex.
So that's why I remember it's Deus. Deus Ex.
Yeah.
So I think that's all the news I really managed to uncover during the...
Well, I got one thing.
Go on then.
Just basing this off the Tomb Raider. Crystal Dynamic, the people that are behind the new Tomb Raider game.
Yeah.
They're also getting behind the new Tomb Raider film.
Oh yeah, I just read about that just now.
Yeah. I was quite a big fan of the Tomb Raider films.
Well, everyone was. It had Angelina Jolie in it.
Yeah, I was not because of that reason. I thought they were I thought they were good.
Yeah.
But
I can't remember them, to be honest. I'm sure I've watched them.
No, I've watched them. I just
Yeah.
What I can work out, what I read about the reviews saying that the game's amazing. If Crystal Dynamic's working on the film, then that can only be good.
Yeah, I guess so.
Tomb Raider
Because that,
branch.
to me, says that it's going to be like the game is, which is a darker, a kind of moodier type game, rather than another Angelina Jolie jumping around in a tight shirt kind of thing.
It's not Angelina Jolie anymore, is it?
But you know what I'm saying. Like, it's going to be a lot grimmer and darker, and I imagine she'll be quite young then. Whoever.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? If they get fucking Kirsten Stewart to do it.
No. They've already confirmed someone, I think.
Oh, that's fine then.
I read somewhere about a woman being really, really pleased with being the new Tomb Raider.
Oh, that's cool.
I think it's actually the woman they based the models on, because it's an entirely new person.
Well, the woman they based. I don't know if I'm making this up, but I'm sure I read something about. It was based on because it's from Eidos, isn't it, originally?
Yeah.
It was one of the women who used to work in the reception there. I'm sure I read something about someone was like, she looks like she'd be quite a good. What's it? Yeah, Patch. Don't they have like a Tomb Raider girl? Yeah, they have like I think they have like essentially a cosplay lady that they have go to all their events and things.
Hang on.
While he googles that, we're talking God of War Ascension.
Yeah.
They are having 300 DLC.
Okay.
The online skins. I've just read here the multiplayer skin for God of War Ascension is going to be characters from the film 300. One of them's King Leonard. I don't know.
Leonardus.
Yeah, that one. He's going to be the first one that you get from GameStop.
Ah.
And then I read another one as well. Mythological Heroes DLC is in the trailer.
Yeah, that should be cool. Because that's the thing I like about God of War is all the massive mythological beasts and monsters.
Yeah.
In it, so. Okay, so while Andy looks at that, we'll move on to the next.
Well, I'm already there.
Oh, you got it. Go on then.
Yeah, I was saying, Camilla Luddington is the one that does the voice and like the acting for the latest Tomb Raider film.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like she does all like whatnot. But apparently, because she starred in, I think this is right. She starred in is it Californication?
Okay.
It's a US TV series.
Yeah.
She's in True Blood.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the vampire thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she could pass as a Tomb Raider.
What's that supposed to mean?
I think she looks, she looks like Tomb Raider. I just think
her
she looks
face,
like
no,
Tomb Raider.
her face isn't right.
So I think that she could.
I'm on her IMDb. She wasn't in. Oh yeah, she was in Californication. But I don't think her face suits it at all.
I think you're wrong.
And I also think that no one really cares about Tomb Raider's face.
Right. Okay, right. Okay, we'll move on from that. So as I say, studio update. So I put on Steam the other day. I put an announcement that we've handed in the first prototype and we got that back, and it was quite well received by the tutors, which is nice.
We'll get feedback on it tomorrow, actually.
So we get proper feedback tomorrow. So,
Yeah.
but I mean, in the meantime, it's all the individual aspects going in. So our AI, our animations, the interface, all that kind of thing. So I'm going to say in like what kind of 2 to 3 weeks we'll have something that looks a lot more like a game and less of a scene you can run around.
Yeah.
That's probably, I think, going by our Gantt charts, that's probably what we're going to be aiming for.
Well, 3 weeks is just before Easter.
Yeah. So I mean, in 3 weeks we might have some screenshots out.
That's ridiculous.
I know it's a lot. It's a lot of
No
work.
time.
A lot of
We've
work.
got 7 weeks in total, I think, now.
Yeah.
Before handing for both Final Year Project and this.
It's
Ridiculous, man.
mental.
Graphics finishes in 3 weeks.
No, our graphics can just go away.
Graphics finished. As in, graphics for me, last one I did this week apparently is the last one.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Oh.
So the next 3 weeks, I think that's what Eric said. I wasn't really paying
Oh,
attention.
don't we have an exam to revise for as well?
Yeah.
Oh,
We'll probably have a lecture. Anyway, that's off topic. So I think, and then the other thing I wanted to just mention is our Steam community now is at 52 members, which I think is really good. Like that's going somewhere now. 52 members from all around the world. So if anyone comes to listen to this through kind of later on or is listening now, like thank you very much.
53 members.
53 members. So there we go, still growing. So I want to say thanks to everyone who's joined, and feel free to share it to your friends. Really spread it out, because when we start hopefully making games, and you guys will be it'll be your games that we make. So
yeah, pretty much.
that'd be really nice.
We're willing to listen to any concepts anyone's got. Anyway.
Exactly. As we always say, we kind of like brand ourselves a bit.
Speaking of that, we've got a couple
studio.
of concepts being worked on at the moment as well.
So
they might
that's
be
really nice.
ready soon.
So that's going really well. So apart from that, as I say, we're just getting on with getting the actual game made in our engine now. So that's going to be good. So I think the final, we've got maybe about half an hour left. We'll get on to our individual questions. So who wants to go first? Let's get a topic going. Don't speak all at once.
Go on then, Russell. You go first. Mr.
Okay,
Confident there.
So my first kind of question was, are free-to-play MMOs a bad idea? And I thought about this before I started playing Witchery, and so my opinion's slightly changed now. So I'm sure Patch probably got something to say on this.
Well, depends how they do, because a lot of free-to-play ones it's free-to-play and then pay-to-win.
Yeah, Patch agrees that they're a bad idea. I think they're a bad idea.
If it's completely free, then yeah, it's alright, but
But the problem is, but my reason for it being a bad idea is that when it's free to play, they all just turn into the same grind with the same mechanics, with the same.
But then you got to think about it. If they weren't free to play, you'd have had to pay to play Witcher, or whatever it was.
Witchery.
Witchery, that's it.
But I would happily pay to play Witchery. See, I would happily pay, but not pay for
Witchery?
the game. Wizardry.
What's Witcher?
I don't know. I don't know where that's come from.
Because you just said The Witcher, so I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you'd already said Witchery, which confused me.
Okay. But basically, as long as it's, as Phil and Patch are saying, as long as it's not play to win, pay to win.
That's what
so
I say.
as long as it's not buy this epic sword and kill everybody, like I would happily pay a bit of money into Wizardry.
But
to like kind of boost my union or something, because I want to pay that, but I don't have to. If you get me. But Patch makes a good point here, saying that subscriptions are worse.
Yeah, WoW is terrible for that.
So WoW, like having to pay £8 a month or whatever, like I think that's quite bad. Because I mean, like that must be a lot of money goes into that game. Yep. And you kind of have to keep playing it to get your money's worth.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like, I mean, obviously a lot of people do it because it's one of the most famous games. Everyone's heard of it, so it must have worked. But a lot of games are going free to play now. So I guess we can turn this into, rather than MMOs, just turn this to free to play in general.
A lot of free to players are just terrible. They haven't put any effort into it. It's just a big time studio just wants to give something. And
that's what I mean. Like the problem is they really need to find a balance between kind of making a lot of money off a game and releasing it kind of free to play. If you get me? So
yeah.
But the big example for me is Path of Exile, which is a fantastic action RPG. To me, I mean, I'm not that much of a hardcore player, but that rivals Diablo and Torchlight. I mean, Diablo was what, 40 quid? Torchlight was 15 quid, which was an absolute bargain for that game. I mean, anyone who didn't buy that game when it was 15 quid. Well, I paid 15 quid and got the first one as well. That was just an absolute win. But Path of Exile, they've given you essentially everything for free.
Yeah, and it's beta, that's why.
No, but like the whole point is it's not beta anymore.
Is it not?
No, it was beta, and then they.
I know it was when we started it.
Yeah, it was beta, and then it was beta or beta, and then they wiped everyone's characters and then released it. So it's actually full release now, as far as I'm aware.
Oh, so that means I've lost everything.
No. Oh no, sorry, it was alpha, and then they wiped,
Oh,
and then
okay.
they released it beta so everyone can play. So we are playing the beta. That's right.
Right.
But the only thing you can buy are cosmetic things, so like a better looking hat or something. I don't know, but that doesn't affect your character.
Mm.
So the problem they've got is they've essentially given everyone this entire game, which took them like 5 years to make, I think. They've released this entire game for free. So they've put all this effort in, and I reckon that studio is going to really suffer for this because they're not going to make any money.
I have a feeling advertising is going to come into it once beta's out.
Yeah.
As we're in beta, we're going to get there's going to be ads coming in, or they are going to start charging afterwards.
Yeah, but surely they've already released it. That'd really be a kick to the teeth if they started charging people to if they. Because obviously you have to log on to their servers to play it.
Yeah.
They could put a subscription on it, and that would really suck. And then no one would play it then.
I know, but then they've got their name out there. They also have an engine that they've used to build this. So for all we know, they could have like maybe a couple of people still working on Path of Exile, while the rest of them are working with the engine on something new that is going to be released through Steam and charged,
But it's took them 6 years to make it.
Yeah, but for all we know, it could be the engine.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? It took them 6 years to make Path of Exile, so to have 6 years and all that manual labour to not really pay back is going to surely be like that. They're not going to survive.
No, but then again, they've made this amazing game. It is amazing, and when publishers now get a new IP and they're looking for a studio to make it, they are now on the radar.
I guess they're on the radar, but is that worth 6 years with not that much money coming back in?
Well, we don't know what they're doing in their spare time, though, do we?
Exactly, we don't know. But I think the problem with free to play is a lot of people. The biggest thing I've got is obviously, as we said, is when they become a pay to win. Like that's the biggest problem.
Yeah.
But I'm more than happy to get a free to play game and then grind it and just grind it until I get, the good stuff out of it.
Yeah.
Like I never feel like I have to spend money on it, and I will spend money on it if I want to. So I don't know. It's one of them discussions that is coming more and more apparent because even now, Uncharted 3 or Naughty Dog have just released Uncharted 3's multiplayer as free to play.
Yeah.
Is it not free to play?
It was free to play, but obviously you had to buy.
You've got to buy the game, which you get an unlock key.
No, basically, before you had to buy Uncharted 3.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you got the online was free and all that. But now they've released as a digital thing.
Oh, so like
multiplayer.
they did the COD multiplayer.
So I logged onto my PlayStation Store the other day, and you could get Uncharted 3. I don't know if it's just a PlayStation Plus thing at the minute, but it was free, and I could just go on it, and if I wanted to, I could just download multiplayer and just play multiplayer for free. Because obviously by now, Uncharted 3 is off the radar. No one really plays it or talks about it anymore. So that is a good use of free to play. I think it's just a way of prolonging your game. You make your game once it's off the radar and no one's buying it and playing it. Just release, this free to play, and then more people playing Uncharted 3's free to play multiplayer.
Yeah.
Gets Last of Us more advertised. Oh, Naughty Dog, they're amazing, and here's Last of Us, and this is going to be a fantastic game. And, I mean, they've done it perfectly. That's perfect. They couldn't really have done it any better. I mean, they must have planned it, but
probably did.
Yeah, they must have, because that's going to work out so nicely for them. As long as this free-to-play multiplayer catches on. Because as far as I'm aware, that's not going to have any microtransactions in. Because the original on the actual game, that never did. That was just free to play. That was just playable. There was no buying guns and stuff. So who knows? But yeah, so that's my question. Anybody? You've had an entire. I mean,
I've got one.
I give you an entire week to think of one question.
I've got two now. Actually, I'll have you know.
Go on then. I mean, I've got loads in my head, but I don't want to take time.
what's the best way of saying this? Do you think film adaptations of video games work?
No.
I was just going to say that.
No.
Oh, bollocks, were you?
No, I was thinking that only because we mentioned it like 20
Yeah,
minutes ago.
that's why I kind of thought about it when I mentioned the 2-minute film.
And I'm going to say no.
No.
Really?
Because
You want to elaborate? You're just going to say no.
I'm going to say no because they can be good films, but they're never as good as the games. And like 3 examples straight off the bat: Max Payne, that was a good film, but the games are better. Excluding Max Payne 3 because that's not very good. Hitman, that was an okay film, but
I enjoyed that film.
but the games are way better. And Prince of Persia, fantastic games, good film, but I didn't like it because I loved the Prince of Persia games, and it wasn't true to the game. That's the problem. You know, it wasn't. There was no sand monsters, and it was all kind of really girly, and it just wasn't. I don't know. Didn't really like it.
What about Resident Evil films then? So the first Resident Evil film was amazing,
See, no.
but then it eventually did get
But
worse.
I'm not a massive Resident Evil fan of games. I've played Resident Evil 5 and a bit of other ones, but I've never really been into them. But the films were okay. Like the only one I've really watched is the one with went with Miller in it as the worst Chris Redfield ever. As we always say, he's like nerdy white guy.
Best Chris Redfield ever.
Play Resident Evil 5 and he's just this hench muscular guy. Wentworth Miller is not a hench muscular guy. He's like
Yeah, he is.
like a nerdy white guy who breaks people out of prison. Like he's not Chris Redfield.
He is. I thought he played Chris Redfield pretty well.
Yeah, he got the mood right. It just doesn't look like it.
You think that's the first Resident Evil film you saw then?
I think so. No, I watched the other one. I don't know I don't know which one it is. Me and Phil watch it all the time because it's always on Sky Movies. But it's the one. I'm going to say spoiler alert, but it's a really old film. So.
Well, there's the first one.
So
there's Resident Evil Apocalypse.
it's the one where there's the dude in the wheelchair, and then at the end, the guy with the sunglasses like kills him, and then they chuck him out the helicopter, and at the end,
that's Apocalypse.
he's got the gun at the end, and he goes to kill himself, and he's run out of bullets, and
Yeah.
that one. Yeah, I've seen that one a few times. With is it Adam, the weird meat giant guy thing that like Mila Jokovic like really fancies.
Meat giant.
Yeah.
Giant.
I don't know. He's like a zombie.
You mean Nemesis?
Yeah, Nemesis. See, I don't know.
So I think that was a good film.
So what's Patch got here? Fast and Furious is a good adaptation of Need for Speed. That's true. I don't think that's what they were aiming for, but I guess it is.
Pretty sure they're actually bringing out Need for Speed film. So
I quite like Fast and Furious. Like
Fast and Furious was epic. I like that.
I'm not really the old ones in Tokyo Drift and all that crap. No, but I watched Fast 5, and that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Like just to watch The Rock, like just be a badass, and that some of the. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a bit of a sucker for car crashes and stuff being like really epic, and that had some like spectacular crashes in. So I'm quite excited for the new one.
But yes, there is a Need for Speed film coming out next year.
yeah, I know.
February the 7th.
Yeah, but that's me. I'm not a big fan. Like, I mean, I like the films, but I'm going to say no to the question because they're not ever.
They're never as good. No.
They never represent the game enough. Like, they're too Hollywood. Like, it's not for me.
They're not made to make a film. They're made to make money instead of putting effort in.
Exactly.
And I don't agree with that. So.
Yeah. So what about you, Andy? Do you think they can be good?
I think they can be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I actually love the original Resident Evil film.
Well, wait. Your question was, are they a good idea?
Yeah, I think they are.
So you think it's a good idea, right?
Yeah, if they stick to the game.
But that very.
Well, then again, I don't think if they're sticking to the game, then it becomes very predictable. And if you then watch the film before you play the game game is ruined for you.
But it's not because they don't have to copy the game. They just have to stay true to the game's morals and principles.
Yeah, like I've just been really hypocritical then. I said if they stick to the game, and yet Resident Evil was the one they used as an example.
And
There's always a bit of.
They use characters, but it's
no, they didn't. No, not in the first one. Obviously, with
Oh yeah. Well, go.
It's this Alice character. Not in the games, but they put it in there. But they've got every other character in every film.
Yeah,
so they have brought them over.
She's like the main character, right? And she's in the games.
She plays as Alice.
Yeah.
Alice character.
On the flip side of that, games based on films.
So what have we got?
You know, you've got a movie that comes out, and then
there we go. Me and Phil have always had a principle on this: is they're never good.
They aren't. No.
Any game that gets made because they want to make money is rubbish.
Yeah.
So like the new Walking Dead, this is a bit of a grey area, but the new Walking Dead game, yeah, Phil's put every asterisk
Disney film.
So, I mean, exactly like anything that comes out, it's like, okay, we need to make a game for this for the kids. It's going to be crap because it's probably a 9-month turnaround. Just bang some simple sprites on something, and it's like it's never that good. So, what was I just saying?
I point blank refuse to play a game that's made from a film. If a film comes out, like name one. Up the game.
Yeah, I mean it does tend to.
Okay.
There you go. And like they say, every Disney film has a game that's shit.
Toy Story 1. Yeah, I mean that's. I think if we go back far enough to like PS1, there was
Lion King was good. Yeah, there you go.
I mean, I can remember playing.
Aladdin was good as well. Yeah.
Jungle Book. I can remember playing that on when it was like 3 floppy disks. And you used to like
discs.
it's Mowgli. Phil's got it. He used to throw like bananas at the snakes, and the bananas would like go down the snake, and it'd like be sticking out with the snake and stuff. It'd just be really funny. Like that was fine, but like now, see, yeah, that's such a horrible, depressing thought that what Pat just put all the Star Wars games are now Disney, because basically everything Star Wars is Disney now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But hopefully this will push out Battlefront 3.
No, but that's been canned a long time
Yeah,
ago.
but it sort of came back for a
But you know
tad.
what? It's just going to turn into another Alien Colonial Marines. It's just going to be a 15... And Duke Nukem Forever. It's going to be like a 15-year thing that just comes out as crap because they want to finish it. They'd have to start from scratch.
If they scrap it and start again, then yes.
Yeah.
I'd quite... Because I love Battlefront 1 and 2. They were amazing. Battlefront 1 and 2 and Star Wars Episode 1, my favourite Star Wars games.
You know what the worst thing about Disney taking over Star Wars?
There's going to be a new movie every single year starting from the new trilogy.
Well, but it's not that, but the characters, it's just going to be a load more of Jar Jar Binks and that kind of character.
What's wrong with Jar Jar Binks?
I didn't mind Jar Jar Binks.
Andy.
Hang on, neither did Matt. Not just me.
I didn't mind Jar Jar Binks. He does get irritating now and again, and they don't explain what happens to him between 3 and 4, which doesn't make any sense.
Is he even in the third one?
Yes.
Unfortunately, Jar Jar Binks.
I couldn't even remember him in the third one.
He's like the worst Star Wars character ever, and he was added just for kids, and he was just a douchebag.
So he was added. So you're telling me the whole race. The whole Jar Jar Binks race were added.
They were just idiots. They were just annoying. They just added this stupid comedy.
I love the big fat guy with his... That was amazing. That was like...
How does it go?
I ain't doing that again.
Dear.
Yeah, Phil's just made a good point. If they made Battlefield 4 to be the new Battlefront, that'd be amazing. So Philippa agrees. Philippa, Jar Jar Binks is the most annoying.
Leave Jar Jar alone. He's awesome.
He's not. He's annoying.
Misha Jar Jar Binks.
Go on, Russell.
You can't go wrong.
You've got to do an impression now.
I don't even know what he sounds like because I don't care to listen to him. So.
I'm going on YouTube and I'm finding like a clip of him now.
See, young Anakin, he is quite annoying.
Oh yeah, young Anakin was a dick.
Young Anakin, he kind of reminds me of Joffrey from Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah, don't get me started on that kid on Game of Thrones.
He's like that young blonde kid that's really annoying.
The one that everyone hates, apparently.
I heard listening to the Rooster Teeth podcast today. I heard someone saying they hadn't ever watched Game of Thrones, but they said they were like, Oh, I haven't ever watched it, but I hear the same three things about it. It's full of loads of boobs, loads of murder, and a really annoying blonde kid.
Yeah, that's pretty much the part where I go.
Really funny.
I hate that little blonde kid. He's so annoying.
That starts again this month. No spoilers. Starts again this month. 31st of March.
Yeah, I still need to finish season 2. I might just start again.
Gonna have to. I might.
Still got to finish season 1.
I think I'm gonna have to watch them all again just to catch up.
Yeah.
Can you do that?
Yeah.
I'm struggling to get through the first season.
Yeah, it does. It's a big grind to get through the first season, to be honest.
I'm just gonna marathon. I'll just marathon it one weekend and just watch them all. Tyrion for president. Yeah, that's true. That guy is amazing. Okay, so
I think we've digressed a bit, haven't we?
Let's try and get back on topic. Matt, you got a question?
No, that was my question. It was the film games.
It's totally
yeah, I guess that's kind of
ripped mine.
I don't care. It's still a question.
I just want to say it.
Go on.
Okay. So I think the last thing I wanted to quickly discuss was before we wrap it up was last night was the BAFTAs, the game BAFTAs. I don't know if anyone knew that.
No, Charlie said that his game was nominated for it, but
he
didn't win. He didn't win his game. So I was just gonna basically we can just have a quick 10-minute. I was gonna run through each thing and just say I'm gonna run through each section, tell you who won, tell me if you agreed or not, and then tell me who should have won instead.
Okay, go through them and go through the nominees.
Yes,
and guess.
Well,
okay.
Well, I've got it up as well.
Okay,
we can alternate categories, can't we?
I'll tell you what. We'll turn this into a little quiz. We'll see.
Yeah, okay.
We'll see if you can guess.
So has Matt got the answers up though?
Yeah. Don't get the answers up. Turn the answers off, and I'm going to quickly go through. Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys can play in the chat as well. So. Okay. So we'll start off action games. So action in 2013. So. Basically, best action game. So we've got Hitman Absolution, Call of Duty Black Ops 2, Halo 4, Far Cry 3, Mass Effect 3, Borderlands 2.
Ooh.
Out of personal preference, I'd have wanted Borderlands 2 to win.
Philip is playing as well. She says Borderlands.
I don't think it will have done. I have a feeling it's going to be Black Ops or Mass
So
Effect.
I'm gonna say Halo.
So you've gone Halo. Patch has gone Far Cry, Phil's gone Borderlands. Okay, that is everyone. Far Cry 3 was the answer. So Patch was right. Far Cry 3 won action.
I said Far Cry 3, didn't I?
No, you didn't. You said Halo 4, mate. Don't try and do that.
So Far Cry 3 won that one. Okay, so next we've got. We'll quickly discuss. Is that deserved? I think that's deserved.
I don't know, not played.
I've not played it, but I played the second one.
I saw the playthrough of it, and it does look pretty.
I've got a good taste of what it's going to be like. I've watched a lot of stuff. I've read.
I watched it at E3, and that did look pretty.
I've watched a lot of gameplay of it, and it does look really good. So
that's the one that's promoting drugs, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a big high. Is the Far Cry series?
That's the one that's promoting drugs. Okay.
Okay. Right. So the next category we've got game innovation. So innovation. So
that's the one that Charlie's was nominated for.
Yeah,
so we know it wasn't that.
No.
So you've got Charlie's game was Connect Sesame Street TV.
Alright.
You've got Journey, which is the PSN game. Wonderbook, Fez, Unfinished Swan, and Black Ops 2 for some reason. Black Ops 2 because they just own everything. But I think that's because of their innovation towards streaming and their online and stuff. They've done quite a lot of new things with that.
They did a lot of new things with the campaign as well.
So
they did.
Patch and Phil have both jumped straight for Journey.
I'm saying Journey as well.
I'm going to go with the Unfinished Swan because I've never heard of it. You know.
Matt, you are right.
Oh.
Unfinished Swan.
I actually thought it was Fez, to be honest, but
no, Unfinished Swan won that.
Really?
Yep.
I've never even heard of it.
Charlie told me it was Journey.
No, Unfinished Swan won game innovation. I mean, I've not played it, so I don't know anything about it. I couldn't.
I'm pretty sure Charlie told me it was Journey.
I'm well going to Google this.
Yeah, it's a big indie game. I mean, I know it's got a big following. It's a big indie game, but
Unfinished Swan.
That won over Journey.
I demand a recount.
So, okay, so Games artistic achievement. So you've got Halo 4, Borderlands 2, Far Cry 3, The Room, Dear Esther, and Journey again for artistic achievement.
Alright, well, based on what you said in the last category, I'm going to go with Journey.
Yeah. I'll go Journey as well.
Patch is spoiling the quiz in the thing.
What are you doing, Patch?
But yeah, Journey won that one, which is probably deserved because that is just the word achievement. That could have just been not artistic achievement, but just achievement. And I watched Phil play a bit of it, and it looks fantastic. I don't know. Have anyone else played it? I know Phil's a fan of it.
I've watched a little bit of it. I haven't played anything of it now.
Yeah.
It's only like an hour and a half long, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a quick. It's an experience.
Alright.
Okay, but that's definitely deserved, I think. Okay, so mobile and handheld game in 2013.
Ooh, I actually know this one, so I'll save my answer till last.
Okay, so you've got New Star Soccer, In Kaboto, Super Monsters 8 My Condo.
The fuck?
Little Big Planet Vita, The Room, and The Walking Dead, which I assume is obviously the Walking Dead Telltale.
Yeah. I'm going to say Walking Dead.
I already know that it is The Walking Dead.
Yeah,
Is it?
I think everyone's saying Walking Dead. Yeah, Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And any deserve that gets.
Yeah.
Any award that gets is just deserved, outright. Such a good game. Such a good game. So, okay, so next we're going to go for audio achievement, which is so obviously best original sound and soundtrack, I assume. So again, you've got Dear Esther, Halo 4, Beat Sneak Bandit.
Beat Sneak what?
Beat Sneak Bandit.
Some of these need to be googled, man.
Far Cry 3, Journey again, and Assassin's Creed 3.
I'm gonna go with.
Journey.
Yeah, I might join you on Journey.
Phil saying Dear Esther.
What audio is in Journey? I thought there was the beeping. That's how you communicate with other people.
There's obviously
and
ambient sounds.
I'm gonna. I'll say Journey then.
Yeah. Yep. Journey won that one.
I hope someone's keeping count of the score. 'Cause I'm not.
Oh, I was writing it down, but I forgot. Oh.
It's alright. We're getting it. It's recorded. We can just.
Yeah. There's no prizes anyway, so.
Yeah, there is. Prize.
Yeah.
It's bragging rights, man.
That's good. I think again, it's a good game that deserves to win as many awards as it can. So, okay, you've got best online game. You've got Amateur Surgeon Hospital, which I've never heard of, and I really want to have a go on that.
Of course,
that's an online game, then, is it?
Yeah, online game. Amateur Surgeon. It's a bit like Surgeon Simulator, I guess. I mean, it might even be that. I don't know.
What person's the patient?
You have to cut up your friends on Facebook.
Yeah.
Be amazing.
We got Amateur Surgeon Hospital, Dick and Dom's Hoopla, Merlin the game, The Settlers Online,
The Settlers is supposed to be good.
RuneScape, and Song Pop.
Oh, everyone's raving about that Song Pop shit. It's got to be that.
I'm gonna say RuneScape.
I'm gonna say RuneScape. Phil says Song Pop. Philippa says Song Pop.
I'm guessing it's Song Pop.
What are you saying, Matt?
Song Pop.
Yeah, Song Pop won. Yeah.
Bollocks.
I mean, I've played quite a lot of Settlers. I used to be quite onto that.
I've played a bit of Settlers. I've played a bit of RuneScape, and I've played a bit of Song Pop.
Phil's the big RuneScape nerd, I think.
Not even heard of these games, to be honest.
You've never heard of RuneScape?
You've never heard
of RuneScape?
You've never heard of Dick and Dom's Hoopla?
No.
You've never heard of Amateur Surgeon Hospital?
I can't say I have. I've been missing it.
I mean, I'm guessing Song Pop probably deserves that. I mean, I would have personally, I'd like Settlers to have won that because they're quite good with their community. They do a lot of weekly prizes and things for the best city and things like that. So I think they'd have been quite a good one to win. But obviously, Song Pop's quite popular. So okay, we've got a few more to do, so we'll go through this nice and quick. BAFTA Ones to Watch Award in association with Dare to Be Digital. So that's a sponsored award. There's only 3 in here. You've got Starcrossed, Project Lathantos and Pixel Story.
Never heard of any of them
I've
but
not really
Pixel
any of
Story.
them. So
I've heard of Pixel Story, so I'll say that.
yeah, StarCraft won that one. So I'm guessing that's worth YouTubing after. Go and have a look, see what that game's all about. Doesn't give you any details, just tells you who made it, so always making it. Okay, so the next one, online multiplayer. You've got Assassin's Creed 3, Blops 2 again, Need for Speed Most Wanted, Halo 4 again, Borderlands 2 again, Journey again. Which one do you think won?
It's not Most Wanted, Halo, or Borderlands.
It's just for online multiplayer.
I was a Halo.
I'm going to say COD.
COD. What's the chat saying? Phil says Journey.
Never been on a train.
Category. This category is best online multiplayer. Yeah, he's saying Journey. Journey won again. So they were.
What multiplayer is there on that game?
I don't even know what this game is.
Journey. The entire game is multiplayer.
No, what interactions do you have with other people online?
Apart from the entire game, but the entire game is a multiplayer online experience.
You beat each other. That's what you do.
But that's the whole beauty.
You make a game.
You are such a bored. You are so bored.
Calm down, you two. Let's get on with this.
If I was going to vote for something, I make sure there's a lot of multiplayer content, not just.
But that's the whole beauty of the game, is that you have to try and communicate to people through beeps how to progress through the game, and it's an experience. I mean, I am so glad that Black Ops 2 didn't win.
Yeah, so am I.
Because that game is Call of Duty 4.
It's the same. Yeah, don't get me wrong.
I mean, like, I don't know if this isn't going to spoil the rest of it, because I don't think it's anything else. Like, I'm really, really, really glad that Black Ops 2 didn't win anything. Like, I think that's a good thing for gaming, is that Black Ops 2 didn't win a single thing.
I agree with that.
Okay. best game. Journey, Mass Effect 3, Walking Dead, FIFA 13, Far Cry 3, or Dishonored.
I'm pretty sure Dishonored came out last year, to start with.
Well, it's since the last awards, isn't it? Obviously, like, that year cycle.
I like to think Walking Dead won, but I don't think it did.
It's Journey or Walking Dead, one of the two.
Dishonored.
Dishonored.
Dishonored?
Dishonored won, yeah. But that did win a lot of awards.
Recount.
Yeah, Bethesda are quite a big studio, so they probably got raked in a lot of votes that way. But I mean, it's a good game. Like, I played it at Eurogamer and it was really fun. You enjoyed watching it, didn't you, Philippa? You were Dishonored. It was good fun to watch, wasn't it? Yeah, it's a really tough game. Okay, next category: original music. Diablo 3, Assassin's Creed 3, The Unfinished One, Walking Dead, Thomas Was Alone, whatever that game is, and Journey again.
Journey. It won the other music one.
Yeah, I was going to say this one. Journey won. Yeah, Journey won original music, so that's pretty good. Best British game. I'm just going to read out a couple because we're running out of time, really. Forza Horizon, Need for Speed Most Wanted, or The Room. Best British game.
I not even heard The Room. I'm going to say The Room.
Yeah, I'll join you on The Room.
Yep, The Room won. Next one, Performer. Oh, okay, this is quite an interesting one, actually. So this is like within the game. This is the character.
Right.
So you've got Adrian Hall, something like that, Hugh, who was Haytham in Assassin's Creed. You've got Dave Fennoy, who is Lee Everett in The Walking Dead, so the main character Lee.
Yeah.
Melissa Hutchinson, who is Clementine.
Mm-hmm.
Or Danny Wallace, who was the narrator in Thomas Alone.
I didn't like how Clementine acts, so it's not her.
What?
I don't like her. I really don't like that kid. I'm gonna go with that Thomas guy.
So you're gonna say Thomas or Danny Wallace, who's the narrator. Phil's saying Lee. Who's saying Andy?
I'm saying Clementine. So
yeah. It was Danny Wallace from Thomas Was Alone.
I've never even heard of that.
If you play that game, the narration's probably really good.
Thomas is alone.
Thomas was alone.
Thomas.
Okay.
Thomas was alone.
I just realised how many awards there are, so I'm going to skip.
Thomas is alone. Was alone.
Best sports fitness game. So you've got FIFA 13, Trials Evolution, Forza Horizon, or New Star Soccer.
Fitness game?
Yeah.
What the fuck is New Star Soccer? I'm gonna go with that Nike one.
I didn't say there was a Nike one. Are you on the list?
No, but I know there was a Nike one.
Okay, so there's Nike. Okay, so there's Nike Connect Training, Trials Evolution, FIFA 13, or New Star Soccer.
So New Star Soccer.
Anybody else? No. Yeah, New Star Soccer won that one. I mean,
What the fuck is it?
I'd have put my money on Trials Evolution or FIFA.
Why is it a fitness game?
No, it's
How do you-
sports/fitness one, eh?
Sports or fitness game, is what I said.
Yeah, right, okay.
I don't get how sports can't have their own category because there's millions of them.
Yeah. Oh well.
Best family game. So you got Lego Lord of the Rings, Skylanders Giants, Minecraft Xbox Edition, or Lego Batman 2 DC Superheroes.
Minecraft.
Phil says Lego, but there's 2 Lego games.
I'm gonna go.
I'm assuming he means Lego Lord of the Rings.
I'm gonna go with that Skylanders thing because I've seen that and it's quite
Skylanders. What saying,
family.
Philippa? Which one? Batman or Lord of the Rings? Philippa says Lord of the Rings as well. It was Lego Batman 2 DC Superheroes. Won that one.
Bollocks.
Because I think other than Lord of the Rings, that's the other Lego game that has the voices in it.
Yeah.
I think
They've got voices now since
got voice for
since
that as
since
well.
Lego Batman 2. There's voice in them.
Yeah, which is quite good. Okay, best story 2013.
Ooh.
Mass Effect 3, Far Cry 3, Journey, or The Walking Dead.
Journey again? No.
Dead.
Walking Dead.
Give the chat a couple of seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, Walking Dead won that one. Obviously, I mean that is like that I would happily watch that as like as an animated comic type thing. Like I don't necessarily have to be playing that to enjoy it.
You are aware
I would
the chat's
rather
further
it.
behind than we are.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I guess they are. So my
So
bad.
they just as soon as you said it, they voted. So we need to give them a bit longer next time.
Okay. But yeah, so like my point is like that Walking Dead story is just fantastic. It's like the best.
How do you know? You're not even completed the game.
But so far, I mean, I could have.
But so far, yeah. But you need to complete the game.
I could have played the first one and been happy with that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But I'm saying for next time for the podcast, you need to complete Walking Dead. Just
Okay.
Just saying.
You're just
That
putting
gives me-
that out there, are you?
That gives me
just
a week.
put it out there.
Gives me a week. Okay, I'll get the next episode done. By the next.
Episodes coming in like 2 hours.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I did the first 2 episodes in 3 hours total.
I've got God of War.
Exactly.
Right. Anyway. Okay. So next strategy. The next one is the best strategy game. You've got Football Manager 2013, Diablo 3, Dark Souls Prepare to Die, or XCOM Enemy Unknown.
XCOM.
Footy Manager. I've got to say Footy Manager, haven't I?
I've got to
gotta
say
say.
XCOM.
Loads to lie there.
XCOM's
So
amazing.
give the chat a minute. So Phil says XCOM. Yeah. Patch says XCOM. I would have said XCOM and it won. Basically, yeah. XCOM. It's like you've not even played it.
I know I haven't.
It's so awesome.
I mean, like, that is a game where, apart from a few like graphical things, like shooting through walls and things.
Yeah, that annoys me now and
Like-
again, but the rest of it
Like
makes
that,
up for
that
it.
isn't really a problem. That's not a game defeating problem.
No.
Like that game is so solid. Like that game is so like there's not really anything wrong with it as far as I'm aware. Like gameplay is so fine tuned. Despite its seriously annoying SHIV bug, it's incredible. Shiv bug.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's something with Phil was explaining the other day. I can't remember, like with the plasma weapons or something. Like there's some bug that there's not enough of a problem that they'll fix it. There we go.
Good effort.
They will fix it eventually. Maybe.
Okay, so we've got and best game design of 2013. We've got The Walking Dead, Far
If
Cry 3,
Borderlands isn't nominated, I'm gonna cry.
Borderlands 2, or
Yeah,
Journey. So best game design, Journey.
Borderlands 2.
Journey.
Journey, XCOM, Borderlands 2, or Walking Dead.
Borderlands 2.
I
love
wanted
that
to be
game.
Walking Dead, but I'm saying Journey.
Let's see what these guys say. So what are you saying? You're saying Walking
So,
Dead.
I want it to be Walking Dead,
Oh.
but I'm saying Journey.
Okay. Patch and
They're both
Phil
saying
say
walking. I say Borderlands.
Surprise, surprise, Journey won.
God damn it.
Journey game design. So Journey actually ended up, let's have a look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Journey won 5 awards,
Out of how
and that's
many?
pretty good going. Because it's quite a big deal as well, this award ceremony, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
it's a big... I think Dara
It's the
Breen
British
hosted
Academy
it.
Awards.
Exactly, it's a big deal. So
Mhm.
I mean that's pretty well done from them.
Yeah. But I thought I read somewhere that they're saying they're not going to make a sequel.
To Journey.
Yeah.
But they can't because it's a one-off
No.
experience. You know,
Yeah,
like,
okay.
you know, in uni the other day when we were on the PS3 and we
We were
played.
playing that flower shit.
Fla- that's the same people.
Is it?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah. So they made like this story or this concept that was really nice. So then they'll make a similar type.
I actually
game.
like their company's name, actually.
Is it That Game Studio?
No, it's That Game Company. You were
That Game
close.
Company. Yeah. I thought it was them.
Yeah, they've got Flow, Flower, and Journey.
Yeah, exactly. So they're all big games. So.
Mm.
That Game
Yeah.
Company.
Yeah, that's a pretty good name. So, but yeah, and then obviously well done to Gabe Newell, as Patch points out, got his fellowship award. So I don't really know what that entitles, but I think that's just saying like, good job for being amazing, for being a legend. So
What's
So,
that?
yeah,
You got
so-
the Fellowship Award? I'll have a
yeah,
look.
so I'm not sure what it means, but yeah, that's the there we go. For he's a jolly good fellow, I guess. I really hope that they all started singing that while he was on stage. I mean, if I'd have won that award, I'd have made
The
everyone.
Fellowship Award is a Lifetime Achievement Award
There we go. So, I mean, that's well
in
deserved.
recognition of outstanding achievement in art forms of the moving image. I'm
So-
guessing that's going to be related to games more with that.
Because he was one of the founders of Microsoft as well. Not a lot of people realise that, but he made his millions through Microsoft, and then games started to come out, and he was like, rather than get sucked in and just become a slave to Microsoft, I'm going to go make my own company and make millions making games.
So not to become a Charlie then.
Exactly. So he was like, he kind of saw how popular games were going to become at the peak of gaming, and was like, like kind of as games started to break through, not the peak, but like kind of as they got more popular with 3D stuff.
To be fair, it
Soft.
did take him quite a while. He spent 13 years working for them.
Oh yeah, but obviously he was one of the founders of Windows.
Holy crap. He's worth 1.5 billion.
That's what I mean. He's a mega. He'd made millions at the point of.
Did you know that he's a managing director at Valve right now?
He Valve is his company. Like him and another guy left Microsoft when they opened Windows. When they launched Windows, he made millions off that and was like, right, I'm going to go make a games company, and he was a founder of Valve, which is just amazing. Like this is this guy that is involved with Microsoft at a core level. He created Microsoft essentially.
Yeah, the
And
other
then he
guy is
create-
Mike
and then-
Harrington.
And then he created Valve, which is like one of the biggest game studios / publisher / console launcher / online distributor ever. Like, and he's achieved all this like off his own back, and I just find that amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well done, and I guess that's why he's got this award. Like, he thoroughly deserves the award. So, but anyway,
Patch says he realised they peaked and abandoned ship.
yeah, well, I think it's because I said we peaked, like at the peak of gaming, but obviously we're nowhere near that. Yeah, and the pretty good logo. So, but yeah, anyway, I think that's probably time. We're at just over an hour and a half now, so I think we should wrap up.
Yeah.
So, thanks for listening. Thanks for chatting, you guys. And this podcast will be available via YouTube
Soonish.
soonish, probably, if not tomorrow will be the day after. And thanks for watching and listening.
Yeah.
Yep.
See ya.
See you. Cheers,
Bye.
guys. See you next week.